Hi, welcome back to the Start Your Fashion Business channel. My name is Stephanie and I am the host of this channel. If you want to learn about all things fashion business, then you have come to the right place. So I'm a sustainable brand owner and an ethical garment producer, and I'm also a fashion business mentor. That's why I wanted to start this channel, to share with you my tips and insights so that you can build your own successful fashion business. Now, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell notifications so that you don't miss any of my new videos. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about fabric sourcing because somebody asked me this question. So I'm going to be talking about this and sharing with you some of my tips in case you need help in your fabric sourcing journey, especially if you're looking for sustainable fabrics. And make sure you stick around till the end of the video so that you can get something for free in terms of my favorite fabrics. This is something that you don't want to miss because you'll be able to get a whole list of my favorite sustainable fabrics. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video. Now, before we get started, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Start Your Fashion Business because I drop daily content there. So if you need more help and support, go check me out on Instagram too. All right, so tip number one, when you are in your fabric sourcing stage, the easiest way to look for fabrics is, of course, online. Now, if you're looking online, right, there's obviously a lot of options. So where do you start looking? The best way to do that is to really know what fabrics that you're looking for, like what type of fabric, because of course you have knits, you have wovens, there's so many different fabrics. So you have to be able to narrow it down. That way you can use that as keywords to search online, whether it's on Google or maybe even on Instagram. I've certainly found some fabric suppliers that I use now in my brand online. And in fact, they've also found me too, because they'll DM me on Instagram. A lot of fabric suppliers now, they're on Instagram or social media looking for brands that might need their fabrics. So I've had people approach me, but I've also found people online. And again, I would literally do a simple keyword search using the actual keywords describing my fabric and then seeing what comes up. But for example, if you're looking for silk, that's going to be a fabric that's quite popular in India. So you might want to put Indian suppliers of silk. And that should pull up like a nice list of suppliers. Now, if of course you're looking for cashmere, most likely you're then going to be looking for suppliers in Italy. So again, knowing the type of fabric, but also the origin of the fabric. There's certain places in the world that specialize in specific fabrics. So the more specific you can be in your search, the better your search results are going to be. Okay, number two is a bit of an easier way, is actually searching for a fabric sourcing agent. And these are basically guys that are going to help you be able to source whatever fabric that you need for your collection. Now, of course, in return of their expertise, you're going to have to give them a commission or some type of cut when it comes to the fabric order, right? And this is going to be different depending on the fabric sourcing agent. So you're just going to have to get a quote directly from them, but at least they're going to do all the legwork for you and you don't really have to focus spending so much time looking for fabrics. And the easiest way to find a fabric sourcing agent is, of course, to Google, right? Fabric sourcing agent, see what comes up, read their reviews, ask questions when you email them or hop on a call and understand how their business works. And hopefully you'll find a good agent that can really help you get those fabrics. And I would highly, highly recommend doing this if you are looking for fabrics in China, just because there might be a language barrier. So if you get a fabric sourcing agent, they're going to be a local person that can help facilitate that communication so everything runs smoothly. All right, number three is to actually work directly with a manufacturer. Now, of course, not all manufacturers will be able to help you source fabrics. This is why it's important to know what type of manufacturer you're working with. There's basically two different types of manufacturers. One is called a CMT manufacturer, and here it's basically a manufacturer that will cut, make, and trim. And therefore, you have to bring all the goods. You have to bring all your materials, all your trims, everything. So therefore, of course, you have to source it because you have to prepare everything and give it to them so that they can then create it into a finished garment. Now, of course, this can be tricky when it's your first time creating a collection because you'll have to know how much to order, you have to account for rejects and all of these things. So the second route would actually be the easier route and what might make more sense for you so that you can spend the rest of your time into actually growing the business and marketing it and selling it. Don't forget that. So the second option is called a full package manufacturing option. And that is what my company, Tile Studio, does. So we actually help clients. They just come to us with an idea and we can help develop their collection from scratch, including sourcing their fabrics. Now, even if they come and they have a tech pack, for example, we can source fabrics according to the tech pack as well. So this is what's called full package manufacturing, where the manufacturer will help you do the sourcing or maybe even do more, really, depending on where you are at. And then at the end, you'll basically receive the garment complete and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to order the fabric yourself, order the buttons yourself, order the packaging yourself. So it's definitely less headache for you. So again, you might not, try to approach all different types of manufacturers, right? Because it's going to depend on what it is you're creating. So if you want to create something that incorporates sustainable fabrics, then of course you're going to have to find a manufacturer that is known for that can help you create something sustainable. So typically you want to work with an ethical manufacturer. Again, my company, Tall Studio, that's what we focus on. So we really help sustainable fashion brands be able to implement more sustainability, whether it's through their manufacturing process or, of course, through the fabrics. But for example, if you're making a collection of cashmere sweaters, you will have to find a manufacturer that has access to cashmere, and that's most likely manufacturers in Italy. So again, you're gonna have to know exactly in what part of the world it's gonna be best for your type of manufacturing for your collection, because not all manufacturers will be able to create what you want. And so again, another example would be India. India is really great for silk and cotton, and it's quite affordable to do it there as opposed to places like Bali or, other places in the world where pricing could be higher in terms of manufacturing those same pieces. So we have one, right, which is online. You're going to go online, look for the fabric suppliers. Then we have two, which is the fabric sourcing agent. And then we have three, which is working directly with a full package manufacturer who can actually help you source the fabric so you don't have to have that headache. Now, what I did is because I was living in Bali and I started my brand in Bali, I got lucky because Bali is amazing. There's so many amazing resources here. So therefore, when I actually started my brand, I literally just went to a bunch of fabric stores, fabric suppliers, and I was able to feel the fabrics and choose them myself. And I did this, I still do this now, really. Of course, now I have a catalog of fabrics. I know exactly what is in the market. I know exactly, what new fabrics are coming because they would tell me, they would inform me hey, there's this new sustainable fabric now. Do you want to give it a shot? So I'm already plugged in. But of course, I know this might not be the case for all of you, especially if you don't live in a place where you could just go into a fabric store and find a bunch of sustainable fabrics. So I know that I'm in a unique position and in a unique island, really. And this is what actually inspired me to create the Start Your Fashion Business retreat here in Bali, because there are so many amazing places in Bali where you can get fabrics, you can get your collection manufactured, especially if you want it to be sustainable. So that's why I created this retreat, and I want to quickly talk about it, because if you are looking for sustainable fabrics for your collection and you're looking for manufacturing, you should join the Bali retreat. Because especially in this second retreat that we're doing in May, not only are you going to be learning through fashion business workshops led by me and also other experts that I'm going to be inviting, We're going to equip you with all of the tactical strategies for 2024 and beyond, but we're also going to go on a fabric sourcing trip. And I'm going to be showing you all of the best spots so that you can get your sustainable fabrics for your collection. And I'm even going to be helping you set up meetings with manufacturers so that you can actually kickstart your product development. I'm not going to be gatekeeping anything. You're going to know exactly where I'm getting all of my stuff. So if you're like, oh my God, this sounds amazing, there's going to be a link in the description box below about the retreat because we have a few spots left for you to join us in Bali in May. So definitely mark your calendar for May 12th to May 17th. And if you're thinking, man, I want to go, but that's so far. Well, I want to tell you another story. So, back in I would say 2013, 2014, I did go on a fabric sourcing trip in Hong Kong. So I flew from Bali to Hong Kong to get fabric for my brand. And the thing is, like, sometimes as a brand owner, you're going to have to venture out. You're going to have to go to other countries to find the fabric for your collection. Now, of course, like Hong Kong at the time, like it made sense for me. But right now, like it just doesn't because I'm manufacturing everything in Bali. And then to be able to like have to import fabrics in, especially now, like, things are expensive when it comes to like importing. So I stopped doing that. But for a while, it did make sense. But because, like, again, I'm manufacturing everything here, at the end, I am just utilizing things that are readily available here that are already imported into Bali. So I didn't really need to move forward anymore with importing stuff from Hong Kong. But I did do that. And that's why I just want to share that with you. If you're like, oh, like, why do I have to like travel all across the world? Well, sometimes we all have to do that. And this is actually going to be an even better opportunity for you if you join the Bali retreat because you don't even have to go and look for the stores. I'm going to tell you, go here, go there. Oh, what are you looking for? All right, this is the place to go. Whereas when I went to Hong Kong, oh my God, I had to basically figure it out myself. There was, one area of all these like fabric stores and I didn't know anyone. So it took me like days, literally days to actually source fabrics, but you don't have to do that. So if you want to shortcut your way to finding the best sustainable fabrics, definitely join the Bali retreat. That's going to be a game changer for you. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this video helped. And as I promised, if you want access to a free catalog of sustainable fabrics, especially my favorite ones, all you have to do is DM me catalog on Instagram. And my Instagram is @startyourfashionbusiness, and I will send you a catalog of my favorite sustainable fabrics. So I think that's a wrap. And if you have any other questions, pop them below or DM me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video.